that a certain level of presence and like interactivity with the student body makes sense as a VC, and that's just not happening.
I am happy at Wits.
I would say I'm happy at Wits because, well, coming from another country, it's such a big university, actually one of the best in Africa, so I agree that I'm happy at Wits.
Wits is tricky. We're happy, well, I know I'm happy-ish at Wits because, it's a different role, but at the same time, Wits has really put us, I think most of us, through a lot. So
Wits University was my first choice.
This was actually my mom's choice, not mine. Mine was UJ. I would have been to UJ, but my mom forced me into coming here, and it's not like I'm unhappy. So, yeah, it's neutral because it wasn't my decision.
I did a lot of research on South African universities before I moved all across the world to come here. So Wits and UCT were top two, but it really came down to the type of environment that I wanted to be in, and Cape Town just didn't seem like the right choice for me. So yeah, Wits became number one, and I think I made the right choice.
I came to Wits because it had the best faculty of humanities in the country, and it's what I really wanted to study in humanities, so that's why I came here.
I've had sex on campus.
Do you have sex skills on songs like that? Please don't ask me, Ray. Please don't ask me, Ray. Oh, okay. Interesting. You can't ask me, Ray, right?
I'm gonna have to.
Well, guys, okay. I hope my mom doesn't see this.
I haven't found like a proper spot on campus, so
I'll tell you when you're done.
no, I don't stay on campus anyway, so
it seems fun. Like, this was like, so I'm assuming it's really fun. But I'm scared of getting caught, and there are cameras in most places at Wits, so maybe not. Maybe in fourth year, but now, no.
Like simple, I just wouldn't know where to get busy. Like everywhere seems so open and occupied all the time. I wouldn't know where to begin. So sis, we need to talk after this.
I gotcha.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I'm just not. I'm a more private person. I like things in my own areas.
Wits has too many white lecturers.
Look, ultimately, I believe that your lecturers should be based on merit. So whether or not their racial status shouldn't matter. You shouldn't turn away help if it's given or is available. That doesn't mean to say I think that there shouldn't be more black lecturers. I mean, there should, but it must just take time to get there. So.
It's an interesting question for me because coming from the States, I didn't have a black lecturer in my undergraduate degree until my third year. So coming to a South African context, there were a lot more black lecturers than I had experience with back in the States. But still, I'm being taught within the humanities, and I had white women trying to teach me about black feminism, and I also had white women trying to teach me about African art. So there's a sort of disparity that comes with people who don't look like you trying to teach you about your history or your own personal life experiences that just bothers me. And I think that if the majority of the student population is Black, then the lecturers should sort of reflect that in some capacity. So yeah, I think that there could be a little bit more leverage between student population reflective of lecturers and staff members.
I made here because paying attention to the lecturer's race wasn't really something I've done before, and I agree with him because it doesn't really matter if the lecturer is Black or white, but hearing what you have to say, then yeah, I see where the question comes from. But I really don't think it is a problem unless it's the course description says it all for me. I actually wouldn't enjoy being taught African feminism by a white woman because I really don't understand how their experience ties up to the whole course. But I'm neutral because if the lecturer is Black or white, it doesn't really matter to me. Yeah.
I enjoy my degree.
Okay, I'm studying accounting science, so it's a lot of work. I mean, at some point last year I thought maybe this wasn't the right thing, but then yeah, I'm getting to love it more, so I'm not so clear right now. I'm still in between.
Also studying accounting sciences. So like him, like there are moments where you're just like, what the actual fuck is this? Like, where does it go in life? And you really question it. But then there are moments where you're like, wow guys, I am actually enjoying this. Like I see where I'm going. And I think I have more of those moments than moments where I'm just like, what the hell?
Habib is a good VC and principal.
I disagree because he's not what I would like of a VC. So I prefer someone who's more open, transparent, someone who's honest, more especially. And I don't think there's much of that in Adam Habib, so I disagree.
Yeah, I agree with a lot of the points that Yolanda made. Since I've been here for the past 3 years, I've never even seen this guy on campus. It feels like he has no real presence. And I think that a certain level of presence and like interactivity with the student body makes sense as a VC, and that's just not happening. And I think that that's also reflective in the way that he chooses to handle certain situations that involve students. Is as if he just doesn't give a fuck. So yeah.
Look, I've only been at the university for 6 months, and while I have heard some things about Adam Habib, I just don't know enough to make a judgment yet.
My lecturers know my name.
I'm not a person who talks much in class, neither do I consult, I don't. So I don't think they know me. If they know me, they know a face only.
I'm still in very big classes in first year, and honestly, I don't like drawing attention to myself. I like to run off my own steam, so they shouldn't know my name.
Well, it's not because I'm popular, it's because I'm a postgraduate student, and so most of my classes are about 10 to 15 students. So if they didn't know my name, that would be a problem. That's the only reason why.
I feel pleasure to party in Prague.
I'm old, come on. I've lived in Brom since I moved to South Africa in 2017, and I've never gone out in Brom at all. Like, never to Kitchener's, never to Great Dane. I can hear all the noise from those places from my res, but I have never gone. And it's because I'm old. Like, I did all my partying during my undergraduate year. I'm just a homebody now, so no Brom for me.
Most of my friends pressure me, especially on Fridays, like, let's go party, let's go have some fun. You know, you deserve it after a long week, especially when you're doing accounting, you feel it. Yeah, I know she can tell. I don't know why she is that side, but I feel it.
I don't really feel any pressure to go out to to go out to Bram, because the people at my race don't really go to Bram, and like if they do, they go alone because I'm in bed sleeping on Friday nights and Saturday nights, or I'm watching YouTube or something. But I'm most of the time, like if you ask me, hey, where are you on like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'm probably in bed.
I'm not the type of person to be impressionable by the crowd, so where a party is like elsewhere other than Bram, so yeah.
I attend all my lectures in TATS. Jen's been trying to
Wow, guys. Wait till me to look at that person. Just wow.
Okay, look, I attend all my cuts, but you know, sometimes there are just more important things to do than lectures. Especially when you're not learning anything from one particular lecturer at a time.
I don't attend more than I attend, and that's mainly because of like mental health issues of sorts. So like sometimes it's really hard to just get up and go. Like sometimes I just stay in bed, I'm just like, wow. It's not that I don't want to go, it's just hard to go.
Well, I feel guilty when I'm not in class. Like most of the time I'd wake up, decide, nah, I don't want to go to class today, I don't feel like going. Then I sleep, an hour later I'm already awake. So like what's the point of not going?
I think it comes down to being a postgrad student and having such small class sizes. Most of the time I have very personal relationships with my lecturers. So if I don't show up, they're gonna WhatsApp me like, hey, why didn't you come to class today? So I'd rather just show up to avoid all the drama.
Yeah, that's it.
I must say though, Stefano, it was so mild. And then you threw in the spice of who's had sex on campus.